I wanted to tell you today about the Venta air washing system. They sent this to me a couple of months ago, and we are using it in our home. So what it does is it cleans the air, it washes it, and it humidifies the air all at the same time for you. And what I like about this is that it uses cold evaporation is what they call it. So when the air goes up, but as the air is sucked into the unit, I'm going to show you in a minute, then it goes through there. It's got these like little spinner things in there with the water, and all of the bacteria and germs and odor and all that icky stuff that's in our air sometimes, it gets weighted down and it falls to the bottom, and then the clean and moisturized air is sent out through the sides. So it's a really cool idea, and it's great to help eliminate common colds in your house. Germs, dust. It helps with static. That's the humidity part. And if you've ever met me, you know I have like 10,000 things of static in me. I don't know why I'm so electric, but I am. And it helps with pet odors. And we have 3 cats and 1 big dog, so there's a lot of pet odors that can sometimes happen in here. So it's a really cool idea. It's not loud and that. And so I'm going to show you, and I'm also going to have hubby talk about the Venta a little bit. He's going to explain more of the technical stuff because that's his thing. Okay, here is inside. You can see these little wheels moving. It's moving the water around to help wash the air. They're inside there. Okay, and then as far as the sound on it, I'm going to turn it off. Okay. So it is off right now, and if you hear a humming, it's my refrigerator in the background. So now I'm going to turn it back on so you can hear the difference in the noise. So off. That's on, and that's on 3. So if I turn it down to, that's 1. You can barely even hear it. That's 2. And that's 3. And so when you hear them consecutively, 1, 2, 3, it seems loud, but that's my cat Ozzy. And you can see the cats aren't bothered by it. They'll be in and out. But it's not overly noisy compared to like room fans and different things like that. I think the noise is perfectly acceptable even on high. Okay, so one of the things that it has built in is that it's really easy to take the lid on and off, but the lid automatically, if it comes up, it automatically shuts it off. So hubby is going to show us how that happens. So
just for safety.
Right, you can go ahead and take it all the way off. Okay, and then, okay, so this is the bottom half, and it lifts right out. Okay, so you see the water in there that we just put the water in there, and then there's some, we used an additive from Venta, and I'm gonna show that to you in a few minutes. So you just set that down. There's a water line. It's a little hard to see on the video, but there is a water line marked. And so you can either take the whole bottom unit to the sink, or if you have, you know, a big pitcher or something, you can just take it and fill it that way. And you fill it, you add more water every day to it, once a day. Okay, everybody, this is hubby.
Hi.
And he's going to show, so he's my maintenance guy around the house. He does all those things. I'm very lucky. He's so handy. So this is the top he has taken off of it. And every 2 weeks or so, you need to clean it a little better. And how have they made that easy?
They have made it really easy. There's 2 latches on the top. You just push those down. Both ends of the unit open up like that. And then the 2 center sections unfold this way. This gets into the guts of it. This is the actual fan motor right here.
And we have this unplugged, right?
This just lifts out. The contacts are here on the side for the motor.
Okay.
And they even made it to where the wire unplugs from there.
Wow.
So you can take the motor completely out.
Okay.
And you can wipe that down. This whole piece, this wire will come out of it. So there's no electric parts on this whatsoever.
So you can easily, if you need to really give it a bath, you could do that.
What I would do with it, every couple of weeks, I would take this and I would put it either in the bathtub or in the shower and use the shower head, if you have an adjustable one where you can get the pressure on there to really blast all the stuff out.
Okay, so they say every 2 weeks to clean the fan blades. So we've already got this open. How do we do that?
Just lift this up. There's the fan blades. Take a soft cloth, wipe the blades off,
and then just put
all the gunk out. It just sets back down in there.
And
It
then
doesn't snap or nothing.
how do we put it back together?
Then you run your wire back down here. Fold those up. Fold that.
Snaps.
Latch it.
And then we put it back on top.
And then it goes back on top. It latched all the way. There you go.
Okay, so the Venta is on right now. It's on 1. And like I said, the air, it pulls in the air from up here. It washes it on these little things down here that are moving around slowly. And then the air is pushed out right here also. You can feel it. So if it's on 1, it's a little bit less. 3, you can really feel it coming out. So you want to make sure not to block the sides either so that the air can come out and go in as it needs to. All right, the other thing is the water treatment additive. And you just add, it's 3.5 ounces every 2 weeks. You don't have to do it every day. You don't add this. So this big bottle, this is a refill I bought because it came with some, but then since we use it, I had to buy more. And I got this on Amazon and it's Prime eligible. And so I got this big bottle and this will last us like a half a year. Okay, go ahead.
The Venta can also help with musical instruments as far as the humidity in the air. This is a 56 Gibson J200 that has not had the right humidity levels kept with it all the years. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's some cracking in the wood around the edge here, around the hole. The bridge has come loose from being so dry. This can really help maintain your instruments also. If you have a music room or anything, one of these would be perfect in there. It'll clean the air and help moisturize the air, which is good for any wood instrument. So
for you, being a musician, as a hobbyist, so you have your guitars in your man cave and you sing in there. Mm-hmm. So the Venta in there will help maintain your instruments properly and it'll help your voice.
Exactly.
All at the same time. So you get 2 birds with one stone.
Your voice dries out and it's going to crack and you're not going to be able to hit the notes, and having humidified air in there also will help you with singing and with your instruments. Okay, so a couple more things that I wanted to mention. The additive that I showed you, what it does is that it helps the water sheet on the little things inside there. So it just makes it easier for the particles that it's pulling out of the air to kind of drop down to the bottom so they don't go back into the air. And it also helps with calcium deposits and buildups, especially if you have hard water. I have hard water, really hard water where I live. The model I'm showing you is the 45, and it's good for up to an 800 square foot room, which is a nice big size room. And they have smaller ones also if you have a smaller room. And so the airborne particles like dust, pollen, and smoke are drawn in and passed over those discs. And that includes like the germs and bacteria. I don't know how, those are all little microscopic things that we can't see, but they're floating around in our air. And it pulls all those things in there. So it'll help if you have, so hubby has asthma and he gets bronchitis pretty easy. So this should help him, especially this winter, with that. And as you know, I'm going to be a grandma, so this will be good for clean air for babies. And that I can see maybe getting one for the nursery for my son. Other thing they have is fragrances that you can add to it. And so I haven't tried any of those personally, but I love it. Venta was at the Type A conference I was at recently, and they had these there. I've got a little flyer about them. And it smelled so good. They weren't perfumey and, you know, overpowering at all. It just was a really pleasant scent. All of the different ones. They have relaxing,
calming and comforting. And they were, I mean, all of them were very pleasant. And so I'm going to get some of those to try soon too, to put in there just to add a little bit to them. I think I'll probably use the relaxing one, which has lavender in it, because this is for our bedroom normally. So thank you, Venta, again, for sending me the Venta Airwasher and letting me try it out. And I hope that this helped explain what it is for everybody, and that you will look into getting one for your own home so you can have cleaned, washed air that's nice and humid to the right levels to make you healthier and happier and all sorts of good things like that. Thanks again. Bye. Hi, everybody. It's Robyn. And I wanted to tell you today about the Venta air washing system. They sent this to me a couple of months ago, and we are using it in our home. So what it does is it cleans the air, it washes it, and it humidifies the air all at the same time for you. And what I like about this is that it uses cold evaporation is what they call it. So when the air goes up, but as the air is sucked into the unit, I'm going to show you in a minute, then it goes through there. It's got these like little spinner things in there with the water, and all of the bacteria and germs and odor and all that icky stuff that's in our air sometimes, it gets weighted down and it falls to the bottom, and then the clean and moisturized air is sent out through the sides. So it's a really cool idea, and it's great to help eliminate common colds in your house, germs, dust. It helps with static. That's the humidity part. And